everybody, and welcome to season 2 of the Love and Light Talk Show. Of course, it's been a whole month. It's been a long hiatus from making these videos every week. It's been pretty crazy. From my house, everyone getting COVID to just navigating this whole pandemic, and then we had some issues with family in India. But anyway, I'm so excited to be back on the Love and Light Talk Show, and I come to you with another super awesome super soul. Her name is Binny Shah. We both are from Nairobi, Kenya, so we're Kenyan at heart for sure. But I want to tell you a little bit about Binny. By the way, her bio reads like a dream. Okay, she's a food and travel and lifestyle blogger. She's been featured by Forbes, The Guardian, Eastern Eye, Four Paws UK, The Telegraph, Asian Voice, CNN, Reader's Digest, Biosphere magazine, and those are just to name a few. She also was a finalist at the Animal Star Awards in 2021, She Awards 2021, the British Indian Awards in 2020, as well as Travel Influencer of the Year. This is for the Blogosphere magazine. So, Binny, namaskar and welcome to my show. I'm super honored that you took time to come and share with us your story. So, Binny, tell us a little bit about your journey from when did you, because a lot of people, and this is what's happening in the world today, is they're all in these jobs, which it's great money, 9 to 5 or whatever. Okay, forget the 9 to 5. The 5 is really not really it. But, they're like these jobs which are not creative. So they're going and doing it. But you are doing something that you absolutely love. You probably don't even feel like you're working half the time. So tell us about your journey, how you started and how you got into blogging and when it really took off.
Yeah, so I actually was in one of those 9 to never-ending jobs. I worked in banking for 10 years, but it really wasn't creative at all. So I wanted an outlet. So that's kind of how the blog started, because every single bank holiday, which is what it's called in the UK, that there was, my husband and I would just fly off, have a holiday somewhere, because he works in banking too.
Right.
Literally every holiday that we had, like a spare day, it was spent abroad. So I started documenting it just to have nice memories for myself. And also loads of people would ask for itineraries or, recommendations. Right. So rather than constantly typing it out so many times, I thought, let me put it on a nice platform, and then it's just really easy to share. And then years on, I can look back and be like, oh, remember when you went here? And all our memories from that time are fresh and documented. So that was kind of why it started. I'd also just got recently married when I started my journey into banking. So I was figuring out how to be a wife, how to cook and all these things. So to motivate myself, I was typing up the recipes of what I would trial and make and what, went down really well. So that's kind of how the food element came in. And it was literally a hobby. I didn't think much of it. And then all of a sudden, I started getting invites for restaurant reviews. I got invited on trips. And I was like, whoa, there's something here. And so 2 years of that, while I was doing my full-time job, it was really, really tough because I knew that there was potential with my blog, but my full-time job was quite demanding. Yeah. So I would start my day at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'd spend 2 hours on my blog and then leave for work, be at my desk for 8:30. Then after work, you'd have events and different things, networking for my blog. So I was trying to grow a community outside of work for my blog with other bloggers and all that. And after 2 years, I started monetizing it. So I thought, you know what, I can leave. I can focus on it, because also I started getting so many invites for amazing trips, but I had to decline them because I didn't have enough annual leave, or if someone else at work was off, I couldn't take the time off, and just various reasons. So my husband said to me, if you can set up a business and you can bring money in, I'm happy for you to leave. So I decided to set up a social media agency because I had learned all myself, and also I had a master's in marketing prior to going into banking. So I got my first client before I left the bank. And then a few months after that, I got my second one, and this is kind of spiral. So here I am 4 years on, kind of self-employed and just doing what I love. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, like you said, you were surprised that you were getting offers. So when you started it, you had no intention of, or you didn't even know that.
Yeah, I didn't even know that world existed. For me, it was just, here's a website, just going to put everything on it. And that was it. I didn't know there was this whole other world. And it just really opened up my eyes, like, to the fact that you can actually earn money doing something that you absolutely love, which is fantastic.
I think the fact that you started it, that it in itself was like you opened up yourself to a different, you know what I mean? That you took those steps, and then the universe is like, all right, let's get her moving around. So now, how long has it been that you left the bank?
So I left in 2017.
Wow.
So,
wow.
yeah.
You're going to clock in 4 years.
Yeah. This September will be 4 years. Yeah.
And no looking back?
No looking back whatsoever.
Wow. And so
I miss my colleagues, but I mean, I don't miss
the colleagues. Yeah. To some of the viewers who are planning to maybe become bloggers, it could be about anything. What is your advice to them? I know you did mention you'd spend 2 hours. Now, is that 2 hours every day on the blog, or you were doing it like once a week, or how was it?
Yeah, so different things to do with the blog. So whether it was writing up an experience in the morning, because that's the only time I had, because I couldn't do it at work. Doing email admin to do with the blog. So if you were getting, people that were reading your blog, leaving comments, just all that kind of stuff. Also maintaining Instagram while I was at it, and there's all that kind of promotional side as well. So like once you've hit publish on a blog post, you want to tell everyone that it's live, it's out there, it's ready for you to read. So it's all that element as well. So my advice is when you start something, it's very easy to get disheartened if it's not going at the speed that you want it to. So you always look at someone else's chapter and then compare it to yours.
Yeah.
And everyone does it. I do it sometimes as well when I look at someone that's further ahead than me going, why is it taking so long for me to get there?
Oh, no, like some YouTubers or some like it's crazy how their popularity like almost explodes, right, overnight. And you're like, whoa.
Yeah, so I think the trick is just to just stay focused on your own kind of goal, your own vision, and block all of the other stuff out and be consistent and have a routine, because it's so easy to start something and then get distracted with something else, and then to pick it up again is really, really hard. So you almost have to discipline yourself that you have to dedicate that time, and it is worth it, because when it does start getting popular and it starts bringing opportunities, it's so worth all the blood, sweat and tears that you put into it.
When you start getting those offers, you're like, then it really sort of all comes together, right? You feel like this was worth it.
Absolutely.
And I was just telling Binny before we start recording, and I'm gonna link her blog, and she has a beautiful website. The dresses and the top, I mean, just the clothes she wears are so, I'll call them easy breezy or casual chic, and I love that. I mean, I think it's important, like, and you can see you're comfortable, you're in and beautiful scenery. Now, so you're based in London now.
I am,
But what is your all-time favorite place, like, in the world that you would love to go back again and again?
So first of all, always Kenya.
Of course.
My heart is always in Kenya. And second, I really love the Caribbean. So my husband and I got engaged in Antigua, and for a few years after, like, it was like a tradition to go back every year to different islands and look it out. But because of COVID, everything's kind of come to a standstill. So
that's what I was going to ask you. So now, of course, with the pandemic, as of now, the whole world is on standstill. So what have you been using your time? Because of course you couldn't really travel and I know the UK particularly, you guys have been, like, you had the variant, we have the UK variant, now you got the Indian one, Indian one has made its way. So it's not ending. So how are you, what are you doing? Like, have you discovered some of the stuff? Like, I know you're so creative, so I'm sure you've got something else up your sleeve.
So I've shifted all the focus to UK domestic travel. So all the things that people wouldn't have thought of doing in the UK, because everyone thinks holiday, let's go abroad. So kind of showcase the UK, the beauty, the different things that we have here. So for example, I'm really passionate about wine. So English wine is really, really coming up. It's really improved. The terroir is like similar to France. So sparkling wines are, competing with champagnes, for example. So trying to showcase to people that, there were even vineyards in the UK that you could go to.
I wasn't even aware, to be honest. I'm like, this is really news to me.
Yeah, so it's trying to find all those hidden gems that people don't even realize that we have here. And find them, go and document it, and hopefully, everyone can have a lovely holiday here until we can travel again.
Yeah. Looking at the, the results for the competitions or these award ceremony, you're a finalist. So I'm thinking you're going to be bagging in some awards very soon. Because if you're a finalist, it's very easy. You're going to be heading that way.
I just got one in March, actually. So the She Awards one. I didn't win the category that I was in for, but I actually got Outstanding Woman of the Year.
Oh my goodness!
Because I've been doing a lot of things aside from my blog, which is kind of built up to it. So I'm really passionate about animal welfare.
Me too. I saw that about you. I said, "Oh my goodness!" But the fact that you were actually doing something. Okay, how do you tell somebody who wants to help animals? What's the first step? Like what should they do? And I was thinking animal shelters, but do you have another suggestion how they can get involved?
Absolutely. So there's so many different things you can do. So some of these animal charities, they're always looking for skills. So because they're run by volunteers, so if you have skills that you can offer, like just volunteer your time. So for example, a few years ago, when I was still at the bank, we used to get days off to spend like volunteer days. So my husband and I spent a couple of days at Sheldick Trust office here in the UK and just did like data admin and helped them with logistics and little easy things, but stuff that they could outsource and then they could concentrate on more important things. Or you can raise awareness. So the other thing is ethical animal tourism. People often do things and don't realize it's actually quite bad. So, for example, riding elephants, swimming with dolphins, all these things, and it's just educating family and friends. Like,
people think it's okay to take pictures. Actually, it didn't hit me. I'm guilty as charged too, because we went to Cancun a couple of years ago and we did the whole taking pictures of dolphins. Then about a year ago, this video started surfacing about in Japan. They do what's like the massive whale killing, but they also capture them, and those are the whales that now go, and it's brutal.
Yeah,
it's so hard to even watch that video. But and when you think of dolphins, they're so wonderful, and Japan is sort of very secretive about it, but still they managed to leak these videos. So it really shows, Binny, that there's something fundamentally wrong, right?
Yeah, and I think that's just it. Like a lot of people aren't aware. So I've swum with dolphins before in the past as well, before I even knew. For me, it was one of those bucket list things. You think, oh my God, it's amazing. But when I found out about it, I thought, if I did it without knowing, everyone else is doing it without knowing as well. So the best thing we can do is just raise awareness. Yeah, because it's not about naming and shaming or anything like that. It's like some people just don't know. They love animals and they think that that's like an amazing experience, but they don't know what's happening behind the scenes. So,
but like for example, in Kenya, there's a place. It's Giraffe Manor. I think that one's like one of those nice places. Nothing shady is going on.
Yeah,
he comes in, he puts his head inside. You can feed him a little bit. And they're on their way, right?
Yeah, whereas like if you go to Thailand, for example, and people take the selfies with the tigers, but what it is the tigers are sedated because there's no way you would sit next to a tiger without them attacking you. It's just little things like that.
Great on Instagram. Looks fantastic on Instagram. Yes.
Yeah, but it's just cruel. So
really, absolutely cruel. Sometimes when you see these things, your heart must be breaking because I'm like literally beside myself. Okay, so that's awesome. So you are also very passionate. So that's why you got the award for. I'm looking at my, I believe, what is this? The Animal Star Awards.
So I got the She Awards, and I also was a UN delegate earlier this year as well. So I got to represent on behalf of the UK, so that was brilliant. That was an amazing experience. It's all virtual, otherwise we would have come to New York. But
oh my God, you would have come to New York, and then you would have been with me. Oh,
we were actually meant to come to New York, my friends and I, in June last year, but obviously it got cancelled. So it is on the cards when we can.
I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I'm planning a trip to Nairobi. I'm planning a trip to Nairobi this November. I want the kids to finally see the Masai Mara, and I'm just keeping my fingers crossed because I don't know at this point. Like there's no point of even booking because we don't know. We're thinking it's going to be okay, and then you find out there's something else happening. So from I'm just lifting off Binny's blog, okay, and I found this so profound. So she in one of her posts she says, every once in a while, pause for a moment and look back at how far you've come. Smile, dance, and celebrate, then keep going. I mean, don't you think everyone's just so serious and oh, everyone's so, like like problems seem to be the day starts with problems, but but nobody realizes like look where you were and where you've come and sort of pat yourself on the back, right?
And I think the biggest achievement that we've all had is we've ridden through this pandemic. We're still here a year on.
Right, still alive.
Yeah, and it's not been like the easiest year for so many people. Like there's been so many disruptions. People have lost family members, friends. We should be so proud that we're still here.
Depression is a huge problem.
Absolutely. And I think it's the toughest thing we'll ever go through in this generation. So,
yeah.
Well, hopefully it's the only thing that we go through.
I really hope so. Another one I love is in the pursuit of what could have been, we often forget to value what we currently have. And that's a big one.
Yeah, definitely. I think we all get so consumed, don't we, with like what we don't have, but we actually have so much like just right in front of us. There's so much to be grateful for. So
this reminds me of this story. So there's a Toyota, in Kenya there's like a lot of Toyota. So there's a Toyota, and the guy driving the Toyota on the highway, he looks on his right side, and then there's a BMW. So the BMW, he looks at the BMW, he's like, oh man, I wish I could be driving that car. Now the guy driving the BMW is sitting and looks at the right side, he sees a Maserati, and he's like, man, I should be driving that Maserati. The guy in the Maserati, because it's already pretty big, he's like, oh, what is the next one after that? I don't even know. So it's like, it never ends. What it's trying to show is, but there's somebody walking on the street, a pedestrian. Look at that.
Who wants to be in the car?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this human thing of constantly we want, but we're not. And one of the biggest things I always keep telling my children is, you guys keep asking what, for example, even just Earth, for a change, why don't you ask Earth, what can we do for her?
Yeah.
We're always trying to take, and one profound thing that this pandemic has, and I don't know if you've seen this picture, it's on, so it's happening right now in India. There's an oxygen tanker, and they actually have patrol cars in front and the back because it's so scarce, the oxygen, that they actually have, so they have a protection so that nobody can go try and take. So just imagine something so basic and so important for humanity to survive, oxygen.
Yeah.
Is way more important than gold or diamonds. And
so it's like the fact that we can go out with healthy lungs and just like breathe in that fresh air.
That every breath you're taking in itself is such a gift, right?
Absolutely.
On that note, can everybody watching take a nice deep breath right about now? Okay, Binny, very quickly, in Nairobi, when you go, or if what's your favorite thing to binge on, or like, in terms of food?
Oh, Hashmi.
Oh, I remember. Wait, Kashmi, was that in Westlands?
So it's moved now. I don't know where it's moved to, but they do the poutine sauce.
Oh, they do the poutine sauce.
Yeah.
Because by the way, that is how I discovered Binny. I was like, how do I get good poutine? How do I make poutine sauce at home? Because I'm in New York and I'm not in Nairobi. I don't have access. And I came across Binny's site and I was like, such an authentic recipe. If you haven't tried the poutine sauce, you are missing out. That's what I'm going to tell you. I'll actually link that too in the bio. So, if you can, try it at home. It goes really well with chips.
It's amazing with chips. Yeah.
That's with chips, actually. Okay.
What I've also had it with is with paneer, and then I put in tacos and just made a whole mashup of fusions.
Oh, the tacos. Yeah. Sprinkle it a bit on guacamole too.
Mm-hmm.
Take the guac to a different level. Okay, so I'm going to do a fun quick fire round with you.
Sure.
All right, so let me see. All right, here we go. Oh, here we are. Okay, so best coffee.
Oh God, Italian coffee.
Oh, do you get Italian? Do you know the brand? Which one?
So I don't know how to put it. I think it's Illy, but it's yeah, so it's really, really good. And then apart from that, I drink instant coffee. So I drink Nescafe, the Zero brand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you tried that one, which became a huge hit in the pandemic?
Dalgona.
Yes.
I made it once, but it was so much effort. It
It was
tasted
too much
amazing,
effort.
but also it kept me up all night. So
Oh God, that no, it's good. Sugar. I didn't realize, but it requires, so to get that foam going, you need a
yeah,
lot of sugar for that one. That was the one that
it was
really,
delicious though.
it
But
is
yeah.
pretty awesome. Yummiest fries ever.
Oh, cuisine chips.
Cuisine chips. There's a place in Arabi, it was called Moto Moto. I don't know if it's there anymore, but it was called chips. Most delicious pizza.
Oh,
In New York, say New York. I don't know if you.
oh no, I'm gonna say Italy. So I'm gonna say Naples because I went there and I learned how to make the pizza myself, and it was amazing.
What's the one thing that people really don't understand, like how different it is in Italy, eating pizza in Italy?
So I think within Italy itself is also so different. So depending on where you go, the crust is really different, the thinness of the pizza,
Oh,
their toppings. And in Italy, like I think simple is better. So where they just have basil, mozzarella, and tomatoes, and like just simple. It's so good.
and fresh. The
And
freshest
it's fresh.
basil.
Yeah. And I think it's the flour that they use, the 00 flour, and the way that they just put it in the pizza oven and the whole theatrical experience of it.
Oh
So
wow, yeah, that
I'm gonna
fire
say
burning
closest to
oven.
that was in Brooklyn.
Yeah,
So that was really good pizza too.
Brooklyn pizza. Oh, next time you come over, we'll do that.
Yeah.
Your favorite restaurant in London?
Oh, this is a really difficult question.
Oh,
My
okay.
mood.
Do you wanna we can narrow it down to probably like cuisine, I guess, maybe, or
Sure. So
best Indian restaurant in London.
the best Indian, I'm going to say Saffron Circle.
Saffron Circle.
I'm a
I've
bit
heard of it.
biased because they are also my client, but the food is amazing.
Hey, shout out to Saffron Circle. If you
Yeah.
are in London, definitely check it out. What about let me see, Thai.
Thai. So we have one just up the road from where I live in Barnet. It's called DD Thai, and it's so good. The papaya salad is
They
phenomenal.
got the papaya salad. Ooh, and do they make a nice red Thai curry?
They do, and they also do a really good green curry as well.
Oh,
Really tasty.
if I come to London, I know who I'm going to be hanging out with. I'll be like, all right, baby,
Yes,
I'm
we're
just
gonna
going to
go
leave
out
it to
for
you.
meals.
You're going to pick everything. Your go-to hangout in Kenya, like in terms of like just a hangout place.
Could be village market,
Oh, yeah, I love Village Market.
village market, or just friends' houses. Really, just
That is the best. Just show
yeah.
And the best part is you just show up. It's not like, hey, I'm going to come at 5 o'clock. And no, there's no calling. It's
Oh my God, it's so different. In Kenya, you can just turn up, but over here, when you try to make a plan, you end up in 2022 by the time everyone is free.
It's so true. And I was telling one of my friends about even just play dates here. I
Yeah.
have to tell somebody, or like I have to, okay, so I'm going to be bringing my kids for a play date and it's going to be 2 hours on this day. Are you free? Like, it's weird. Whereas when we're growing up, you're just showing up at you're like, hello, I'm here now. Let's do it.
And that's it. Yeah.
It's so different. Isn't it sad though? The one thing you splurge on.
Oh God. So I splurge on clothes.
I knew you were going to say that. I'm like, she's definitely going to. So,
Especially skirts. I'm obsessed with skirts, especially pleated skirts. You'll see mostly pleated skirts on all my pictures. I love that.
Pleated. They're very fluid. That's probably.
And it's so versatile because you can just throw on a dressy top or a t-shirt or whatever you want, or trainers, smart shoes.
You like pencil cut? You know the ones you're like, and then once.
I'm more of a flary girl.
Yeah. Awesome. Anything else you splurge on?
Oh, what else do I splurge on? I think notebooks. I have a real stationery problem. Like I collect stationery like nobody's business, and then I can't bring myself
is
to
your
write
husband,
them.
has he started like sort of telling you, hey, are you going to buy more? Or are you done? Like, or is he just?
He just doesn't. It's best not to get involved. It's really bad. Like if I see a really pretty notebook, that's it. It's mine.
Oh my goodness! So how many do you have?
Loads. I have a whole cabinet full at the moment under the pretense.
And they're like they're new. They're new. They're all new.
So many are new.
Untouched. Whoa, that's an interesting one. I have. I mean, not me. Okay, I bought it for my daughters, but then they're like those beanie. They're right here actually. The Beanie Boos. Oh my
Oh,
God.
okay.
They're like all over the place. There's like hundreds of them. Yeah, don't ask. So that
And
one's
the ones
that's
that
it.
you microwave, are they different?
They're all different.
Oh, okay.
They're all different. Look at that.
Oh,
Yeah, I see that the Beanie Boos.
cute.
Also, I don't know what this Affleck one's doing right now. Okay, the last movie you watched.
Oh my God, what was the last? It wasn't really a movie, but it was a documentary, and
Which
it was
one?
Seaspiracy
Oh,
on
no,
Netflix.
it's on Netflix. Oh, is it good?
It's eye-opening about the fishing trade, and it's one of those kind of documentaries.
Wait, that is the one about the
Maybe
dolphin.
that's what you watched.
Yes, that is what I watched. I
I
couldn't
think
watch
that's
it for
what
long
you
though. I couldn't
watched.
watch
Yeah.
it for long. It really. Did you watch the whole thing?
Yeah. And
Wow.
the other one that I watched recently, which really left me kind of with a few sleepless nights, was Hotel Mumbai. I don't know if you watched
I
that.
did not watch that, but yeah,
Yeah, it was
was so
terrifying.
terrifying, right? So I watched Selena, though she was a singer in the U.S. She was very popular, Tejano singer, and that was wait, Juvie, no, don't come here. My God, this is my I have three.
Oh,
My kids always show up in all my videos. Do you have kids, Beanie?
no.
Yeah. Well, you're lucky. That's what I'll tell you. I'm just kidding. I love you. Your biggest pet peeve.
People that eat with their mouth open.
Oh God. I'll give me 1 second. Hold on. Okay, so the last movie you watched. All right, your biggest. Oh yeah, pet peeve. So you don't like people eating with their mouths open. That is a bad one though.
Yeah.
Or making noises when they're eating. Like no.
Yeah. And I think also manners. So like when you've done like so if someone wants to ask you something and they don't even start with please or hello or
Yeah.
how are you and just go straight into the request. I find that sometimes I get that a lot. I get a lot of people that send me messages going, where can I go for dinner? But not even hi, how are
Oh
you?
yeah. Like you're
You know,
just waiting.
yeah.
You're like here. You're like Google, free Google. I just need to answer your question. You're like I'm a human. Kind of
It's
like.
just like a little like, a little bit of niceties go
Oh
along.
yeah. You answered the one about the Indian restaurant in London. Ooh, I love this one. Your favorite Indian dish?
Oh, paneer.
I
I
was gonna
think
think you're gonna say palak paneer.
paneer. Yeah, anything to do with
Anything
paneer.
paneer. Um, Friday night. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking a red wine.
Red wine. Cabernet Sauvignon. The one thing you learn to appreciate this pandemic.
I think what I learned to appreciate was time and the fact that we don't have like time with people is never guaranteed. So I lost both my grandparents and
Oh,
but not due to the pandemic, but during the pandemic
yeah.
and wasn't able to go home to say goodbye
Yeah.
or
Where were your grandparents?
they were in Nairobi. So I haven't actually been home for 2 years now.
Oh wow.
We were due to go last year and then just couldn't go.
Yeah.
So I think for me, it was like that. And also just making sure that the last interaction you have with someone is always left on a good note, just because you just don't know.
No, it's funny you mentioned that. It's exactly what I was thinking is, we in our, I call this like the race of life. I don't want to, I used to say rat race, but I'm like, I changed that up. But we are so, I feel like time is going fast. We're so inundated with so much social media and then what's happening. Then we're forgetting to call our loved ones and sort of just touching base with them. And before you know it, it's
Too
gone.
late. Yeah.
Too late, and when you want to talk to them you can't. So that is something, and that's what I would love to tell everybody. If you have a loved one you haven't spoken to in a long time, pick up the phone, call them, and just tell them you love them. I think it's such a big deal. One thing you regret.
One thing I regret. Oh God. It's a difficult one. I think, okay, so one thing I do regret is I was really passionate about music. So I was playing piano until grade 3, and then I kind of went off to university, interested in other things, and just kind of lost that. And I think that's one thing I really do I want to invest in a piano for my house. So just
and get
that
back
love.
into it.
Because it was really therapeutic. You could just escape for a while, and it was brilliant.
Yeah, me too. Like I was same thing with me. I mean, I learned music, singing, and part of me, I mean, I went deep into dance, but singing is also something I just love. So I think maybe eventually, and the good thing about singing is you can do it even when you're old.
Yeah,
Same with
exactly.
piano.
Yeah.
You can be 50 and you can be like, you know.
Exactly. And even if it's rubbish, like you're at least if you're enjoying it, that's all that matters.
Which I don't think is rubbish, because nothing you do, Binny, is rubbish. With that, the quick fire round is over. I wish I had a hamper just like Karan Johar did, you know, like have a like fancy hamper. But that was awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Oh no, I'm so happy to. You are actually you're the second show for my season 2, and I hope to have you again and again. Before we do sign out, anything you'd want to tell the audience about just anything, because I know you. Oh wait, actually, hold on. There is one last thing before I forget.
Sure.
This is from your which I really wanted to again say. This is from her blog. It's I love packing my bags and going off on adventures as one of the best things about traveling. It's the ability to get lost in it. That is again same thing. So you want, so when you say somebody should, what's the one thing that you tell them is, you know, I know a lot of people when they go on a trip they have an itinerary and it's like this day at this time I'm going to do this. Now, do you think that that's a wrong approach, or that, or don't go with that approach? Like if you really want an adventure, what is your opinion?
I think go with a hybrid approach. So have some sort of structure, like
Yeah.
have an idea so you don't miss out on something. But also
don't be like 8 p.m.
Yeah, but
Must.
also go wandering, like wander out like down random streets, see what's there. Go to residential areas, see how people live in, you know, a place that you've gone to. Don't go to the tourist traps. Try and go to the, you know, ask like locals, like recommendations of restaurants and things that they like, not the ones that are in the tourist books and things like that.
You went to Bangkok, right? How was that experience? I've heard it's just magical.
I've actually been twice. So I went once on a bloggers trip, and the second time I went on a solo trip. So that was fun. It's amazing. It's like such a vibrant city. It feels like the city doesn't sleep.
Really?
The food scene's amazing. The nightlife's amazing.
About the food, Binny. Now, I'm a vegetarian, and I was in Singapore, and I was in Thailand too, and I had a problem with. So there is an underlining kind of smell of fish in the food, but so was that the same case in Bangkok, or what do you think? Like,
no, so we also traveled to Bangkok with my family, and they're all vegetarian. And I think we had to kind of research in advance, like to find the vegetarian restaurants. But once we kind of had an idea of the ones that sounded really great and stuff like that, and we had enough choices, like it was actually okay.
Yeah, awesome. So this is going to be playing to our Kenyan audience. Binny, oh my God, thank you so much. As we say in Nairobi, asante sana for being here. And
asante sana for having me. It's been great fun.
I wish you all the best for this year. I hope nothing crazy happens. And when you come down to New York, or if I come down to London, definitely we'll meet.
Oh, we're going for a meal for sure.
I mean, I'm a huge foodie.
Great.
Of course, Binny, before you go, also let me know if there's any in London, if anyone wants to get involved with animals, what they can do. I'll put that in the description box as well.
Sure. So I'll let you know all of that.
Thank you. Have a great day, and bye.